Welcome to my YouTube channel. What I wanted to talk about today really was using anger for positivity. Channeling anger to help you grow. They'll cheer you on to a degree, so long as you're not doing better than them. Whatever that is, they will have their own preconceived notions of what better is, But there are a lot of people out there with a lot of issues and a lot of insecurities that they have not dealt with. And if somebody's doing a little bit better than them in a way, whatever that way is, whatever that deficit is, it'll make them uncomfortable. And they'll want to squash your light. And there are people out there that are incredibly cruel and very evil, and anything that is not on par with them has no business shining. and there's a whole myriad of strange behaviors and all kinds of things that you're going to witness. And as you get stronger, two things happen. You either are more acutely aware of certain things because you won't tolerate it, or you just don't give a shit, and so you don't notice. And I think sometimes there's a little bit of both that will happen depending on what's being thrown at you. And I've noticed that for some things I'm more aware of it now because I see it and it's sort of funny to me in a way. And it does affect me because some people are even more cruel now. In a weird way, because they have to try harder to bring me back down. And on the flip side, I'm not noticing things nearly as often because I just don't care. It's just sort of funny to me. It doesn't sit with me. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. But I was thinking about this, and something happened recently that really shook me, got to me, because it triggered something that I'm still busy working through. When you're going on your healing journey, it's not a linear thing. You don't just heal and you're done, you're fine. No. So like I said, something just happened, and it opened up a scab, and it made me feel a bit wounded. And I went and I have been working on what triggered me, and it shook me to my foundation because it was a big thing. It was a foundational trauma that was triggered, and I'm still working on it. But with me, I've learned this about myself, is that I have a lot of anger and a lot of rage. I get very, very angry. But I sort of use that as fuel. When somebody does something to me, I forgive them, but a part of me is like, you know what? Fuck you. And I use that to propel me forward. I don't hang on to the anger. I don't allow it to destruct me, and I don't allow myself to stay angry at that person or that event or myself. I use that intense feeling to move me forward, to make me better, to create space for peace and healing, to work on my fitness, to push myself. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like that anger is like fuel for the fire. It ignites me to be better, to push for more. It gives me that grit to keep going, to dig deep, to say, no, I'm not going to let this beat me. I'm not going to let what people say bother me. I'm not going to be these things that I have told myself. I'm not going to be the victim. I'm not going to lay down, because I know who I am. I know who I want to be. I like who I am. I'm not going to let anybody knock me down and keep me down. I don't care who it is. I don't care what the circumstance is. If I have air in my lungs and I have health and I have it in me to rationalize and to think and to dream and to hope, then I have it in me to do better. And I will do better. I refuse to stay down. I will not give anyone the right or the satisfaction to beat me down and keep me there. There's no way. Not myself, not anyone. I don't care. I have had absolutely horrific things said to me. I have forgiven all of it, and I have used it to push me forward. I have had people do incredibly cruel things to me, and I forgive them, and I have used it to push me forward. I use that energy and I channel it and redirect it into creativity, into positivity, into something that will give me positive results. And then I let it go. I let it go. I use it in that moment, and then it's done. But when something comes up again, I can dig down deep and I can remember how that made me feel. And I can pull up that energy and I can use it to propel me forward. And I just keep going. But because people have been so cruel, they've given me a lot of fuel. And so here I am. And it's great. So if you are angry, if you're pissed off, whatever has happened to you, whatever your circumstances are, get out of that victim mentality. Stop it. You're not a victim. Fix what's going on in here and in here. Let people say what they want to say. Let them do what they want to do. They're going to do it anyway. They're not losing sleep over you. They did what they did. Actually, some of them enjoy it. They get off on it. You know what? Take that and go live your best life, because there's nothing better than that. There is nothing more empowering. There's nothing more lovely than not thinking about the things that have bothered you, that have hurt you. There's nothing more powerful than releasing all of that, letting it all go, and taking all that ugly and transmuting it, transforming it into something beautiful, creating a great life for yourself, giving yourself a great body, looking after yourself, getting a better job, making more money, becoming self-sufficient, becoming independent, a free thinker, able to speak your mind, having the freedom to say and do whatever you want, laughing, dancing, who cares? Because the people who are attacking you, they're slaves to their mentality. They're slaves to the things that have made them broken. Some of them are really just sick, very sick. And all the things that happen to you, well, they're lessons. They're lessons, and they can be things that you can use. They can be tools. It's all a matter of perspective, of desire, of wanting to do better, create a better life for yourself. There's nothing more rewarding than working on yourself, finding the discipline, digging down deep, taking all that ugly and making it into something beautiful. There's something so incredibly magical and powerful about creation, self-actualization, manifestation of self. Work on yourself. You'll be so proud, and you will inspire the people who are closest to you, and even strangers who you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. You can have a magnificent life. And at the very least, you can have a much better life than the one you have right now. So whatever people are saying, take it. You can go and have a cry about it in private. You can let it melt you down. Think about your traumas, face them, face your demons, whatever. And then you take all that and the aftermath of all that and use it to alchemize your life, to transform who you are, craft yourself, and then let it go. And remember it when you need it, if you need to. And you might. And then embrace all the beautiful things that come after that. Anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about for today, and until next time.